Um, so a lot of people, are going to watch this and see that they're working full time in a job, and it worries them that they're not going to be able to handle the coaching program, the demands with it, and do their full time job. How are you going to get around that, or can someone do that?
For certain. I've coached a lot of people over the years. I'm not going to pretend it's not harder for those people. If you have a full-time job and you have 3 kids at home you're taking care of, then it's definitely going to be a little bit harder for you than the person who has all day to spend on it. But it's not that it's not doable. And there's been plenty of people who've been successful having a full-time job and a family or whatever. It's just a matter of, here's what I tell people. There's 24 hours in the day, and you're currently using all 24 hours. You have to figure out what you're willing to give up and what you're willing to put into place to get to the actions that are necessary to be successful in this business. So we're going to tell you what the actions are, and then you've got to figure out, what am I willing to give up? That might be TV time. That might be sleep time. That might be lunch hours, all of those types of things. But if you want it bad enough, then you're going to do what it takes to get there. So we're going to give you the path to get there, and then you're going to make the decision on the sacrifices that you're willing to make. If you can't see it, you can't see a picture of, I just absolutely can't do it, we'll walk you through an exercise. I'm quite certain we'll find the time, because I've never had somebody that didn't have some time we could make it happen. But yeah, it's doable. It's definitely going to be a little harder for that person, of course, than the person who's able to dedicate full time to it right away.
Yeah, good.
But I think it's also more rewarding then too. Because, you worked harder for it.
I find that actually working full time, and it kind of keeps you in the momentum, if you will. It's when you're not working, sometimes it's hard to get things moving. But when you have a certain amount of time to fit in, you figure it out. So that's great. Deborah, anything to say about that? I know you work with all types of people, working.
Yeah, I was coaching a woman just recently, and I was like, okay, are you willing to get up that early hour in the morning, because she needed quiet time to run numbers and things like that. And, with the kids and the dogs and everything that was going on. And I had her do that for a week and then report back into me. And she was like, you want me to keep doing that, right? And I was like, is it working? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, then keep doing it, right? I mean, we can all find times, and especially if it's a time where we're just concentrating for us, if we have focused time, it's a little different. And I think that sometimes busy people, like you said, Kim, busy people have to focus their time. And therefore, they don't really have time to contemplate that they're scared to pick up the phone because they only have 5 minutes to pick up the phone. They pick up the phone,
Right. I also feel that, keep in mind, people need to keep in mind that there's different time zones. And if you're on the Western Pacific time, getting up 3 hours earlier or dealing with people on the East Coast is easy because they're in full swing at that point. And it gives you a chance to get things moving on the West Coast time in East Coast business time. So it can work, I have found.